Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Wow, what a lovely gathering tonight. And you know, what a special Shabbat it is. You know, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Patriots and the Patriots and the Seahawks. How many people are going to be for sure be watching that? Yeah, okay. You know, not as many as I expected. But also, more special stuff. The 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan, Cortina. And guess what? Israel has a team in the Winter Olympics. And yeah, and for the first ever, Israel has fielded an Olympic bobsled team. How many people saw the film Cool Runnings back in the day, right? Hilarious when Jamaica gets its first team. Well, guess what the Israeli nickname of the bobsled team is? Shul Runnings. Yeah. And it features athletes from diverse sporting backgrounds. But not only that, there's more on this Shabbat. This is the Shabbat when we receive, they're not up here anymore, but we do have tapestries of the 10 commandments. Actually, they're up there above the ark behind the Ner Tamid. You can see a representation of them. But you know, if that wasn't enough, I think the most amazing thing about this Shabbat is celebrating with the Eisenberg family, with Megan and with Joda, and with their amazing daughter, Talia. So I get you're all into clapping, and that's so nice, but I'm going to give a caveat. So while it feels so good to clap, this is a worship service, and so it's not a concert or entertainment, so I love that you love it. But if you want to show your appreciation, a little jazz hands is always welcome. But we're not going to clap tonight. We're just going to show our joyous faces and smile to each other. Thank you for being here to celebrate. Thank you for being here for our community. And above all, thanks for helping us make Shabbat super special tonight. It's my honor and pleasure to invite up the Eisenberg family, Megan and Joda, the parents, Talia and Vanessa, the daughter. Come on up. You're going to light our Shabbat candles. You will find the blessing for candle lighting on page 120. And the Siddur surprise alert, if you're here for the first time, is under your seat. Time. All right, so we're going to do this reading first, nice and loud.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
And now, would you please, with the long match, grab a little light from that source, and we're going to light our 2 Shabbat candles, and then we will bless. And we can all use a little Shabbat spirit, so I invite everyone to take their hands. We're going to wave it and wave that Shabbat spirit right to us, and we make the blessing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. If you wonder what we just said, it was this. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the beautiful light of Shabbat. Shabbat shalom and mazel tov to all of you. Amazing family. You can go back to your seat, and we're all going to warm up our souls and our voices. I'm so pleased to be with Janet Chronic tonight, as she's going to lead us in our singing and in our melodies tonight. So what have you got up for us, Janet?
Hine Matov.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to turn to page 128 in your Siddur. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Ooh, there's some nice voices in the crowd. I can hear them. Shalom Aleichem is on page 142. We're going to jump ahead, and then we're going to go back to page 128 right after that. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Amlachim Kadosh Baruch Hu. Balchuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Amlachim Kadosh Baruch Hu. And back to page 128. For a little bim bam. Bim bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. I think we're ready to welcome the Shabbat Kala, the Shabbat bride, singing Lecha Dodi. You'll find the words on page 138, page 139. And Janet, let's begin this beautiful song.
Nigun, yes.
I always forget how it goes, so I play through.
Lecha
Thank you.
No?
Not the one I thought it was either.
Okay.
What one were you thinking of?
Na 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 na. Lecha dodi.
Likrat kala.
Lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Panay you everybody so much. La 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 la. Lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Panay shamat nikabela. Lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Panay shamat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. השביענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת והיטילה לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי ממקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תהילי לה לה לה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי שידברי, כבוד אדוני יליך תגלה לה לה לה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
If you're able, please rise. We're going to turn around and welcome Shabbat coming right in the door that you came in to this sanctuary tonight.
בואי ושלום מעטרת בעלה, בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני המסגולה. בואי חלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
I'm going to invite everyone to turn to page 140, and at the same time, I'm going to invite up our bat mitzvah to help us with the service tonight. Come on up, Talia. Just grab a siddur from under the... Oh, is it? Oh, it is. All right, a song for Shabbat. It's good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night, with a 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together. You have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai, and I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai, how very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know. A fool cannot understand this, and I invite you to read along together. The righteous bloom like a date palm. They thrive like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. They flourish in the courts of our God. In old age, they still produce fruit. They are full of sap and freshness. attesting that Adonai is upright, my rock, in whom there is no wrong. We're going to continue with a call to worship tonight, inviting everyone to please rise.
Page 144. Yitgadal ve'yitgadash shemei Rabbah ve'alma divrach irutei ve'amlik malchutei b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'gala ובזמן קריב וימרו.
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה
בריחו
לעילה מן כל ברכתה
ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה
דמירן בעלמא וימרו.
אמן. ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. Lai, 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 lai. Yai, la, lai, 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 lai.
Continuing together on page 148.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim bechochma poteach she'arim uvit vuna mishanei itim umahalif et hazmanim umasader et hakohavim b'mishmeroteham berakir kitzono berei yom v'layla Gulel or mipnei Hoshe vehoshe mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umavei laila, uma'avdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El hai vekayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim.
Ahavat Olam, great love, on the next page.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu lemadeta, al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofenu, u'meinu nasia berukecha, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ומצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, נגה יומם ולילה. אהבת Chal tasir Mimenu leolamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Please be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nefshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim ha'el asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha v'dibartam bam Beshivtecha bevetecha ulechtecha badera ushokbecha ukumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot beinenecha uchtavtam al mezuzot betecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru Ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, lihiot lahem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Amen. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Join us in our song of freedom, Mi Kamocha, on page 158.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehtar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Malachotecha ra'u v'necha, okayam livnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimlok ve'olam va'ed, Adonai yimlok le'olam va'ed.
Gelad hazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Our prayer for protection tonight.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that may we lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will.
Baruch atah Adonai, Hapori Sukkot Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Amo Yisrael, Ve'al Yerushalayim. We're going to join together on page 162, enjoying Vishamru.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We've reached the point in the service for Tefillah, the central prayer of our Jewish faith. I invite everyone to turn to page 164 and please rise. Adonai Sephatai Tiftachu Fia Kitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Hasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Hasdei Avot ve'imachot, Umevi Geula livnei bneihem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor leolam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atarav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך מלך ממיר ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע ונאמן אתה לך החיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יחלו הסלע ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. You may be seated as we continue with Talia on page 173.
May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the world, which day by day sustains us. For all of these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, ulchana lehodot.
My friends, we sing for peace tonight on page 178. Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rahav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon Lechol Hashalom. Ki Ata Hu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rahav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol het ubechol shah bishlomecha. Shalom Rahav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Please take a moment for silent personal prayer.
Oh, say shalom bimruma. Hu yaseh shalom leinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'himeru amen.
It's that time in the service we open the gates of heaven, chanting the Amidah, our prayer tonight. And so it is an auspicious time to call into our minds and into our hearts those that we know that are in need of healing. I invite you to turn to page 371. Mishaberach avotenu ve'imotenu Avraham, Yitzhak ve'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel ve'Leah. Hu yavarech et hacholim. The names that we have on our list this evening include Audrey Kusen, Ed Kotanen, Laura Katari, Frida Ravkina and Michael Ravkine, Gladys Mosley, Philip Shamus, Melissa Nolet, Diane Christenfeld, Nina Kazik, Stuart Waldenberg, Barbara Sachs-Sire, Donna Chamovitz, Harriet Kligman, Evan Tisnauer, Andrea Gulyas, Suzanne Mendelson, Shlomit Asiroli, Gilbert McNabb, Mark Kafko, Helen Haar, Robin Zilberg, Marcia Brandis, James Pollock, and Sandra Feldman. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored, their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, a refuah shalema. And we say together, Amen. And we are also going to sing this tonight. We hope you'll join together. And the words are in the middle of that same page, 371.
Mishebeheira ma'avotenu mekor habracha b'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishebeheira imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Shabbat Shalom to all of you. It's an honor to be here on the Bima with Janet Kronik and, of course, with our bat mitzvah, Talia. What an honor to be up here and share this Bima and lead prayers with both of you. So last week, if you were here last week, your cantor was sick for Shabbat Shirah. Mitch, I see you nodding. You brought this up to me. And that is, I was thinking, it's like a pro golfer being too sick to play in the Masters at Augusta, Georgia. That exulting release from our bondage and experiencing safety and freedom for the first time in generations led, of course, to praise, of course, to dancing and singing. And the song is recorded for all time in our Torah that stands out in form in a column that actually looks lacy with 3 kind of mini columns in that one. It literally looks like dancing through the middle of the split sea. You know, we have a Sephardic Torah scroll, and it sits in our showcase up by the rabbi's office. And if it is open to that column, that lacy column with Mi Chamocha, the song of the sea there, if you want to check it out. But this week, for the first time, our ancestors will have an experience of of that very God that saved them directly. Now, I grew up on a farm a few miles outside of Owen Sound, and I can remember lying on the grass and looking up at the night sky and marveling at the stars. Have you ever done that? Just incredible. So bright, so many. And I used to wonder what it would be like if those stars began moving and created letters. Then I would know there was a God, or at least an important message from something so much bigger than me. Am I alone here? Has no one ever thought or looked for those kind of things? You see, I've been a spiritual seeker since I was young, always wondering about what God is, what's the plan, what is the big picture. So I'm really into this week's Parshat Yitro, because this is the story of our ancestors having that kind of experience. And you know what? It's kind of everything you would expect. There's thunder, there's lightning, and there's a loud, long shofar blast, and then revelation. So I noticed when reading the Parsha this week that there's a small, almost hidden detail that kind of changes how I always understood that moment at Sinai. Before God even speaks a single word, the Torah tells us that the people are asked to prepare. They wash their clothes. They set special boundaries around the mountain. They refrain from distractions. That means they don't have intimate relations. I just said that more politely there. They're told when to draw near and when not to. So revelation in our tradition doesn't begin with speech or with words. It actually begins with consent. God does not simply overwhelm the people with holiness. The moment's actually staged with care, with distance, and with time. The community is given space to get ready. And then something else quite radical happens. The Torah says it at Exodus chapter 19, verse 19. V'hayi kol hashofar holech v'chazak me'od. The sound of the shofar grew louder and louder. Moshe yedaber v'ha'elohim ya'aneni bekol. Moshe spoke, and God answered him with a voice, a call, a voice. In the Midrash, the rabbis, they notice something odd about this verse. Why don't simply say, God answered him? What does it mean that God answered with a voice? So one beautiful interpretation teaches that the divine voice was not just one single sound. It was actually heard differently by every single person that was standing there, each one according to their own strength, capacity, and inner world. In other words, Sinai was not one overwhelming broadcast. It was many intimate encounters. Revelation adjusted itself to human vulnerability. And I think this really matters for communities like ours, where people come in carrying different histories with religion, authority, and even with their understanding of God or not God. Some of us come hungry for spiritual language. Some of us come wary of it. Some of us come grieving. And some of us come tired. Sinai teaches us that holiness does not require a uniform experience. It just requires your real, authentic presence. The people famously say at Mount Sinai, Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and we will listen. Now, we know that our Jewish faith is one requiring action, na'aseh, we will do. But we sometimes forget v'nishma, we will listen. Perhaps the deeper teaching of the Torah is that listening itself is already an act of faith. And listening can feel like you're passive, but you know what? It's certainly not passive. Listening means making room inside ourselves, making it seem tsum, a space, and that's already an act of faith. Making space inside for something we can't fully predict. Listening means letting arrive in different ways that may not look like certainty for us, or doctrine, if we want that, or even words. At Sinai, God does not hand down a nice, neat package tied with a bow that is our spiritual product, although some long to see it that way. Instead, God enters into relationship with a community that is learning very slowly how to hear. Now, we live in a world that rewards volume, certainty, and speed. And Yitro quietly reminds us that a sacred encounter happens through attunement, like tuning into a radio station, if you remember those days. Through pacing, through boundaries, through respect for difference. Revelation doesn't flatten us into just one voice. It meets us where we actually are, allowing each of us to have our own life journey, our own relationship with whatever we think is out there bigger than us. And perhaps that is the most enduring gift of Sinai, not that God once spoke from a mountain, but that we are still learning how to listen. King Solomon once asked God for a lev shomea, a listening heart. And I love that description. Solomon was famously wise. He did not want his judgments to be unfair. He knew he needed to always be practicing listening with compassion and with openness. Now, we work out at a gym, we run, we walk, we take courses. We want to develop and maintain our bodies, expand our minds. But let us also think about increasing our ability to hear, to listen deeply, and to continue on our journeys blessed with that increasing wisdom and understanding, and blessing all those who we encounter. As we celebrate on this Shabbat with the Eisenberg family, we want to share this special song and prayer for you, Talia, to bless you on your way. And I invite everyone to turn in their Siddur near the back to page 649, where you will find the Tefillat Haderech, a prayer for the way, a prayer for the journey. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. May we be blessed as we go on our way. May we be guided in peace. May we be blessed with health and joy. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. May we be sheltered by the wings of peace. May we be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find their way to every soul. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen.
May we all be blessed on the journeys we are on. We're going to conclude our service with the chanting of Aleinu. You will find Aleinu on page 586. I invite you to please rise.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורל עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומשה ויקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn now to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and our neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. And as we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and of death. You'll find the words to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. And I would like to share with you names in our community for Yortzeit in this week. In the period still of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning, we are remembering with the families of Kent Blursh, Ian Pollock, and Ron Williams. It is the anniversary of the Yortzeit for the following names in our community: Bella Miller, David Magder, Devorah Sand, Eleanor May, Gilda Hilagun, Jacques Behar, Joy Wolfson, Louis Greenberg, Margaret Wise, Rachel Silbert, Ruth Ross, Samuel Shapiro, Sarah Ratner, Sophie Fine, and Trevor Cates. May their memories always be for an abiding blessing. Let us share the words of the Mourner's Kaddish together on page 598. Yit gadal ve'yit kadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach yerutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv imru. Amen. Yahei shmei rabba mevarach le'alam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei tekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma ve'imru. Amen. Yehesh shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen. You may be seated. And now we have a special bit of holy business because of our bat mitzvah, Talia. And Talia, I'm going to invite you up to the bima. We have a special person here. She is the chair of our Devorah Sisterhood to present a little something to you on the occasion of your bat mitzvah. Michelle Gunn.
Talia, Yasher Koach, well done. On behalf of the Deborah Sisterhood, I want to wish you a hearty mazel tov as you celebrate your bat mitzvah. I know your family, friends, and teachers are very proud of your achievement, as I'm sure you are as well. The Deborah Sisterhood has been an integral part of Temple Anshe Sholem since its beginning, and was the first group of Jewish women organized for charitable purposes in Canada. Our mission is to enhance and support all aspects of temple life, socially, financially, and spiritually. It's been our privilege to present bar and bat mitzvahs with a gift commemorating this occasion. Continuing that tradition, we would like to present you time out. With this gift of candlesticks, we hope the light from the candles on Shabbat and Jewish holidays will remind you of this day, and you will look back on it with pride. May the wisdom you've gained studying for your bat mitzvah guide you all your days. Again, mazel tov. You're welcome.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michelle. It's a wonderful thing that we get to celebrate and that our community has so much to give. And when Michelle mentioned about, we hope that you'll light these candles and remember this day. I will never forget you, Talia, and I hope that you will never forget us as well. We have a few announcements to share with you, and Janet Kronick is a member of our Temple Anshe Shalom Board of Directors, and so we invite her to share her voice tonight in a speaking way.
In a speaking this time. I can sing them. Should I sing them? Oh, no, I'm not singing them. Okay. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Our
Shalom.
Shabbat services continue tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. here in the sanctuary, led by Cantor Baruch and Talia Eisenberg. It's the big show as she becomes bat mitzvah. Are you ready? I know you are. I know you are. To accommodate the morning service, Torah study will be offered before the services in the library at 9 a.m. Oh, I mean, that'd be wonderful at 9 a.m. Sorry. Our next Jewish film night is on Wednesday, February 11th at 7 p.m. And the next film is Yentl, a classic film that tells the story of Yentl Mendel, an Ashkenazi Jewish woman in Poland in 1904 who decides to disguise herself as a man so she can attend yeshiva and study Talmud. And it's Barbra Streisand, and she sings to the whole thing. Right? Papa, can you hear me? We hope to see you there, because if you go, you're going to hear me sing. Okay. Join us for a delicious and educational Learn to Make Hamantaschen workshop on Sunday, February 15th at 1 p.m. Come and learn how to pinch and fold the perfect Hamantaschen just in time for Purim. To sign up for the class, check your weekly email or scan the QR code in the bulletin board in the front entry here. And mark your calendars, everyone. Dun, 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 dun. Muppets Purim is coming on March 2nd. We look forward to a joyous, hilarious Purim with our temple family. And there was an article about a new Muppet show that's starting. It was in the Spec today. Someone sent.
It's like we made that happen.
We made it happen. It's because we're doing the Purim spiel. Do you have a song to sing? A story to tell? A joke to crack? Oh, well, we all have jokes. Everyone can tell jokes here. A moment of magic, perhaps, to share. We're looking for bold, creative, charismatic performers to take the spotlight at our open mic night. And whether you're a seasoned stage veteran or stepping into the spotlight for the very first time, come and share your art and wow the crowd and be a part of an unforgettable night. Please reach out to Cantor Baruch for more information. Thank you to Michelle Gunn. Thank you for the entire Eisenberg family for lighting the candles tonight. And for Mark and Shelley Eisenberg for preparing, and the Eisenberg family for sponsoring our oneg tonight in celebration of Talia becoming bat mitzvah. It was wonderful. Thank you all so much. And to Talia for serving on the bima tonight. You did so well. And to Jacob Metzler for managing our streaming equipment, and Rhonda DeHaan for hosting our Zoom room and baking some challah. Our Shabbat team is always looking for new members, so if you can help us with entry at the door, preparing the oneg, or in the tech booth, let us know. Or if you're interested in sponsoring an oneg in celebration of a special event or in honor of a loved one, we invite you to contact the office. And lastly, thank you for being with us this Shabbat service, and we hope to see you again soon. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Janet. Tally, come on up with me. We have a little more holy business tonight. To sanctify Shabbat, we lit the candles, and while they're still glowing and still bringing us a beautiful visual joy and pleasure, we are also going to make the blessing on wine and make the blessing on our challah tonight. Rhonda DeHaan is our Zoom host tonight, yes. But she is also bakes us delicious challah each week and a challah bun. For most of you, maybe if you're a couple, you take one and you share it. I'm thinking, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm going to give this basket to your dad, Joda, and just grab it now so you have it. And when we bless, then you can take that and pass that out. So you'll find the blessing for wine, and it's your day, so you get to hold it. Yay! Please rise as we sanctify wine. You'll find the words to the Kiddush on page 122. And page 123.
Here we go. ויהי אביהו בוקר יום השישי, ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחול אלוקים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר בו אלוקים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצבנו לשבת קודשו באהבת רצון המריא לנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. Here we sway. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנהלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. L'chaim, to life, drink deeply from the cup of life. Drink. Come on, you have to take a sip. Yeah. Okay, all right, jazz hands, everyone, jazz hands, jazz hands, jazz hands. All right.
Talia's papa is going to give you a challah bun, so you can start that process now. And I'm holding up this delicious challah for tonight, and let us bless.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Okay,
Hinei
I took a
maton
chunk, you take a chunk.
umanai, I don't have the chords. Seved achim gam yachad.
Okay, that was a good warm-up, right?
Hinei
Here, I want to show you
maton
those goggles. So you're not shocked. They're not bad.
Sheveda, I got the wrong
Keep going.
chords. Gam yachad. How sweet it is.
Put them on, let's see how bad it is.
How sweet it
I'll be
is
honest.
to be together
wide,
on
but they're
this
completely
day. How sweet it is.
It's a moment.
How good
A
it
moment.
is
Love it.
to be together on this
Keep your little confidence for tomorrow.
day.
You know what it's going to feel like.
Name
People
my
really
tongue.
love this. Right? That makes it easier.
Umanai Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
Okay? Quite soon.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
We'll see you
Shalom.
tomorrow morning if you're coming for this simcha.
I have to write those
Okay.
chords.
You know what? You can do
Shabbat
that.
Shalom.
Does your end up in it? But it went back. You go bring it back. 'Cause that's a good move, I think. Smart move. You, do you want the bag?